In the golden heart of an ancient savanna, where the winds whispered secrets and the sun painted the earth in fire, there lived a lion named Asaru, strong, proud, and feared by all. His roar shook the trees, his shadow silenced the birds, and his paw prints alone told the story of power. Animals fled when he approached, not out of hate, but out of awe and survival. Asaru ruled his land not with cruelty, but with silent authority. Yet, beneath his golden mane and piercing eyes was a heart growing weary. Day after day, he wandered the plains alone, respected but never known. One sweltering afternoon, he lay under a great baobab tree, eyes half closed, when something tickled his nose. He swiped instinctively, but it was no threat, just an ant, black and small, making its slow way across his muzzle. The lion huffed a low breath of amusement. "You dare crawl on my face, little one?" The ant paused and replied, surprising Asaru, "I walk where I must. Even lions are part of the earth beneath my feet." The lion blinked. No creature had ever spoken to him like that. "Do you not fear me?" he asked. "Why should I?" the ant said. "Your paw can crush me, but fear is not the same as respect. I live knowing everything ends someday. Even kings." The lion laughed, a deep sound that rustled the tree leaves. Intrigued, he asked the ant's name. "My name is Duma," it said. "And I lead a colony just beyond the rocks." A lion, speaking to an ant, how foolish, Asaru thought. Yet, he found himself asking more. And Duma answered, telling tales of tunnels, teamwork, and how even the smallest among them carried seeds, fed thousands, and defended their home with courage far bigger than their size. Day after day, the lion returned to the baobab tree. The ant would always be there, sometimes alone, sometimes with companions who avoided the lion's massive gaze. They talked of the world, of stars, of storms, of the meaning of power. Asaru shared his loneliness, how strength had become a cage. Duma listened, never judging. "True strength," the ant once said, "isn't in the size of your roar. It's in how many you lift, not how many you scare." The lion pondered those words for days. One night, a drought struck. The waterholes dried, the grass turned brittle, and the smaller creatures began to die. The lion, desperate to survive, roamed farther than ever. When he returned to the baobab tree, he found the earth torn. A flood, brief and brutal, had crushed the ant colony. Asaru stood over the broken mound, heart heavy, ears lowered. But then, from under a curled leaf, came a faint whisper, "Asaru." It was Duma, injured, barely able to move. Without hesitation, the great lion lowered his paw and let the ant crawl onto it. "You saved me from loneliness," Asaru said softly. "Now I'll save your kind." With more care than he'd ever used, he carried Duma across the savanna to a safer patch of land, shaded and near a spring. There, he watched the ants rebuild. He stood guard as predators approached. He fetched fallen fruit, dug shallow ditches for water. And as days turned to weeks, the ant colony rose again, stronger than before. Word of the lion's strange friendship spread across the savanna. Creatures began to gather near, curious at first, then grateful. The lion no longer had to hunt constantly, for others brought offerings. They no longer ran from him. They listened. They learned. And he listened, too. The lion who once ruled alone now led a community. He found strength in connection, and purpose in protection. One evening, as the sky turned purple and gold, Duma climbed once more onto Asaru's paw and said, "Even kings can learn from ants." The lion smiled, a deep warmth in his chest. "And even ants," he said, "can change a kingdom." From that day forward, the baobab tree became a meeting place. Creatures of all sizes gathered there, lions, hares, birds, beetles, not in fear, but in peace. And in the shade of that ancient tree, they told the story of a lion and an ant. A story passed from parent to child, from claw to wing to foot. A story that taught that no one is too small to matter, and no one too mighty to learn. For wisdom wears many shapes, and the strongest hearts often beat in the smallest chests.